We've grown accustomed to the seamless, mathematical precision of modern streaming. But in the early 1950s, listening to music was a tactile, unpredictable, and often frustratingly physical experience. The arrival of the long-playing record, or LP, offered the public unprecedented access to high-fidelity sound. For the first time, a listener could experience a full orchestral performance without leaving their living room. However, this explosion in popularity happened without a technical standard. Record labels used inconsistent equalization curves, meaning the way a record was pressed on one label might be completely different from another. Because there was no universal standard, these frequency waves often clashed with the playback equipment of the time. This mismatch caused even the most expensive records to sound flat, thin, or heavily distorted. By 1952, the high-fidelity movement had reached a stalemate. The records were being produced, but the technology required to hear them as the artists intended simply didn't exist in a consumer-friendly form. Saul Marantz, a New York-based commercial artist and skilled classical guitarist, found the era's audio quality unacceptable. His background in music gave him a specific sensitivity to what was missing, the natural texture of the performance. Working from his kitchen table in Kew Gardens, Queens, Saul began hand-assembling a custom preamplifier. This prototype, completed in 1952, would become known as the audio consolette. The consolette's breakthrough was a suite of multiple EQ curve settings. By manually adjusting these dials, a listener could finally compensate for the various label standards, effectively locking the chaotic frequencies back into a balanced musical signal. After an initial trial of 100 units sold out immediately, Saul faced a backlog of hundreds more orders. In 1953, he transitioned from a basement hobbyist to the founder of the Marantz Company. Marantz wasn't founded to invent a new format, but to act as a crucial intermediary. Its mission was to remove the technological haze standing between the listener and the recorded emotion. This mission eventually produced a specific sonic identity known to enthusiasts as the Marantz sound. It's a philosophy that prioritizes depth, spaciousness, and warmth over the pursuit of clinical, analytical measurement. To preserve this warmth, the company employs high-mass, copper-plated chassis. This isn't for aesthetics. The copper effectively shields the internal signal from external noise and dampens vibrations that could color the audio. Inside, Marantz replaces standard, mass-produced integrated circuits with proprietary HDAM modules. These independent amplifier stages are designed in-house to maintain signal purity in a way off-the-shelf components cannot. The final stage of development is handled by sound masters, engineers who spend thousands of hours tuning prototypes by ear. They adjust individual capacitors and circuit paths until the machine matches the brand's specific acoustic signature. This process transformed audio equipment from a purely mathematical output into an artisanal craft, where human intuition is the final arbiter of quality. Throughout the late 20th century, the brand navigated significant upheaval, shifting manufacturing to Japan in the 1960s and eventually being acquired by the electronics giant Philips in 1980. This era brought a new challenge, the birth of the compact disc. The CD promised a future of digital convenience, but its early iterations often sounded harsh and clinical compared to the warmth of vacuum tubes and vinyl. Marantz's lead engineers, including the legendary Ken Ishiwata, worked to humanize the digital format. They utilized the company's analog tuning expertise to modify Philips' digital circuitry, ensuring the new format didn't lose its musical soul. Despite these technical shifts, the brand's visual identity remained consistent. Features like the symmetrical knob arrangements and the iconic porthole displays served as a constant reminder of Saul's original 1950s design ethos. Surviving the transition to digital proved that the Marantz sound was a portable philosophy, a set of engineering principles that could be applied to any format, whether analog or digital. Today, we've entered an age of ultimate convenience. We have instant access to high-resolution streaming, 8K home theaters, and total smart home integration. But as streaming has become the default, many listeners are reporting a sense of digital fatigue. They are seeking out higher quality applications and hardware to escape the thin, compressed sound of standard algorithms. This diagram illustrates the modern problem. While digital files can be mathematically perfect, that perfection often creates a sterile listening experience that feels emotionally detached from the original performance. This disconnect mirrors the dilemma of the 1950s. While the technical cause has shifted from physical grooves to digital steps, the result is the same. A barrier has formed that prevents the listener from fully connecting with the music. Modern Marantz systems, like the Cinema series, are designed to resolve this digital coldness. They bridge the gap by accepting modern streaming protocols while subjecting them to legacy analog processing. Inside, musical mastering processes these digital steps to mimic the natural flow of an analog signal. As data exits this stage, the jagged steps are smoothed out, restoring the texture and dimensionality in Ellis' signature Marantz warmth. This enduring reputation for quality culminated in the brand's 2025 acquisition by Harman International. The $350 million deal secures the brand's future, placing Saul's artisanal legacy within the resources of a global technology leader. 7 decades after Saul Marantz built a preamplifier on his kitchen table, his original principle remains relevant. In an age of clinical algorithms, the ultimate audio luxury is a technology that prioritizes the way we feel over the way we measure.